to start with a simple question. What do you usually do when you feel stressed? Maybe you listen to music. Maybe you talk to your friends. Maybe you distract yourself and just hope that feeling passes. But for me, the answer is always movement. Sports have been a part of my life for as long as I can remember. When I was younger, I trained professional ice skating, and later I started playing football and basketball, and at first, sport was just activities. Something I did to improve, to compete, or just for fun. But later, I realized something unexpected. Sports were actually helping my mental health. Whenever I stepped into the ice or onto the field, my thoughts became quieter. The pressure from school or expectations didn't completely disappear. It became easier to handle. And my experience is not unique. Around 60 to 65% of teenagers use physical activities to reduce stress. And about 63% of adults say they exercise mainly to support their mental well-being. Movement doesn't just strengthen our bodies. It changes how our minds respond to stress. But what sports really taught me connects directly to today's theme: courage to connect and power to act. Because mental health struggles usually come from disconnection. Disconnection from confidence, disconnection from others, sometimes even disconnection from ourselves. Like many other students, I've experienced pressure. Pressure to succeed or meet expectations. Sometimes there were moments when I didn't know how to explain what I was feeling. I just knew I felt overwhelmed. And sports became my first way of reconnecting. Not through words, but through action. Because whenever you play a sport, you connect your body. You focus on movement, breathing, and teamwork. You stop thinking about everything outside that moment. And that connection takes courage. Sometimes the hardest part isn't winning or performing well. Sometimes it's simply showing up. Showing up when you're tired. Showing up after failure. Showing up when your confidence is low. I learned especially through ice skating, because falling was unavoidable. And every time you fall, everyone sees it. And at first, those moments feel embarrassing, because not only I, but everyone wants to be perfect. But sports slowly changed my mindset. Falling stopped meaning failure. It became part of the progress. And every time I stood up again, I was practicing resilience without even realizing it. So this is the power that sports gave me. Once you reconnect with yourself, with your body, with your abilities, your effort, and your mindset, you begin to act differently. Challenges feel manageable instead of impossible. So, today, sports is a major part of my life. And the message that I want to portray is that connection creates action. Whenever through sport, art, music, or any passion, you seem to find something that helps you reconnect with others and with yourself. Because when we feel connected, we feel capable. And when we feel capable, we act. Sports taught me that nobody is perfect. I fell countless times while ice skating. I've lost games. I made mistakes instead of coaches, teammates, and crowds. But every time I stood up again, I became a little stronger. Not physically, but mentally. So I think this is what everyone needs to hear today. Strength is not about never struggling. Real strength is continuing when things get hard. You just need to find something that helps you reconnect with others or with yourself. Because courage to connect is often the first step toward taking control of your mental health. And once you've taken that step, even a small one, you begin to discover your power to act. Thank you.